So, what is a memorable like studio session that you've had, or just like a really good experience that you've had in the industry thus far that you'll never forget?
Probably producing the ESPN's First Take theme song, right? That whole
Right.
situation just was really a very unique situation. I was doing a lot of work with ESPN, scoring a lot of the music. I was producing a lot of those tracks. And listen, man, they were cutting some nice checks. I'll be honest. And like you mentioned, relationships are key. And shout out to Kevin Wilson, the music director for ESPN. I remember him calling me one day and saying, "Hey, I teach at New Haven University, and I would love to bring you in on a panel, to speak to my students." Right? I was living upstate at the time, and business being business, and not knowing schools got bread, I was just like, "Yo, what's the honorarium?" And he's
Mhm.
like, "Nah, it's no honorarium. It's just something that I want to do for my students." And I was like, thinking it's about like 2 hour drive. I gotta know it's gas, it's toll. I ain't gonna make no money. I'm like, ah.
Mhm.
So I turned it down. Soon as I turned it down, I sat there with myself and like literally scolded myself, like, yo, what did you just do?
Mhm.
And it was a moment where I was just like, bro, this dude has you all over ESPN. Like, he's put a ton of money in your pocket and he calls you for a solid and you tell him no because there's not a bag that comes along with it.
Mhm.
How dare you do that? And I called him right back and I was like, Kev, my bad, bro. He's like, no, it's all good. You don't understand. I was like, nah, it's not all good, bro. Where you need me to be, what time, I'll be there to be on that panel. And he was like, you sure? I said,
Mhm.
absolutely. Right. Fast forward, show up through the panel. Panel is amazing. He's like, all right, I don't have no big budget, but there's a Subways up the block. Lunch on me. I'm like, cool. I love Subways. Cool.
Yeah.
Go to Subway. We're sitting down, breaking bread. And he's like, yo, I got to get this. I'm trying to reach Talib Kweli and Mos Def for this theme song. And he was like,
Mhm.
I can't reach them. I said, well, Talib's the homie. Like, my son's mom sings background for him. I had produced records for him already. I'm like, that's the homie. I was
Mhm.
like, I'll connect the dots for you. And I was like, who's doing the beat? And he's like, haven't figured any of that out yet. I was like, I'll connect the dots.
Uh-huh.
You let me do the beat. He was like, done deal, right? Fast forward, connected him with Talib, started working on the record. Some creative differences happened, didn't work out. Wale is a friend of the show, loves the show. They brought Wale in, brought Stolly, who was also a part of Rick Ross's camp MMG, brought them in. The song was created, right? And went in the studio, created the song. They wrote the song on the spot, documented the whole thing, filmed it. Boom! Now we got the theme song for ESPN. That joint has been in rotation for like the last 10 years.